Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Dalia, and today we're back on Tea Cozy, which is my grandma kidcore pastel island. I did that out of order. Anyway, working on a new build. Today I'm really excited because today we're working on a very big build. You can probably already tell by the title of the video, we're working on a sunken lake that I'm going to be doing on this whole area of terraforming. On the top left corner of my map, see where my character's standing, I have to terraform an entire lake. Yeah, but I'm excited, so I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new to the channel, turn on post notifications, all that fun stuff. And feel free, if you'd like to support the channel further, to become a member of the channel. I now have channel memberships available, and yeah, that's all I guess I gotta say. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm really excited for this build to be finished. Not so excited about getting started though. So obviously I have to open up my designer app, and this build is actually going to be connected to my secret beach, which is directly beside me, as you can see. And essentially what I'm doing is, initially it was just going to be like a regular lake, but then because it's by my secret beach, I'm like, what if we did like a really cute sunken lake? I love doing sunken builds, but I never do them just because I'm lazy and it requires a lot of terraforming.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad. You keep digging.
And all that stuff, which is why I broke up so much of the terraforming in this build, because it took me like 2 hours-ish or so to actually complete the terraforming, because I basically had to destroy this entire cliff before I could even get started with the terraforming. So I'm starting with a little path leading to the secret beach, and then I'm gonna make myself like a little kind of like a square circle kind of thing, and basically I'm gonna have to destroy all this terraforming, like shape the cliffs so that it looks decent, and then do all the water. Now I'm not gonna lie, the water terraforming is not very impressive. It is literally like a huge body of water, so it's not as if I'm winning like water terraforming of the year awards here. But at the end, when I tell you this looks so cute, and it takes up so much space on my map, which, to be honest, that's like 80% of the reason why I wanted to do this build, because I feel like lake builds are a great way to like really take up a lot of space on an island, especially when you're like a little bit unsure about what you're going to be building. So I dealt with all of the shaping of the cliffs. Like I said, it took me several hours to do, so I'm not going to bore you guys.
What can I say except you're welcome?
But what I'm doing with the little like path towards the secret beach is kind of like shaping it so it's a little bit more diagonal. So it's kind of like you don't directly see the secret beach. It's kind of like a little path leading there. Although realistically, you can't get to the secret beach unless you go through the trees that I'm going to be planting on the cliffs. It's not meant to be an accessible build. It's just meant to be here. Like, you can get to it, as you will see, but it'll be a little bit challenging. So I just did all of the water terraforming in this giant area. I know some people say they like the terraforming in my builds, but to be honest, this video would be too long if I did show you guys all the terraforming. And it's not as if it's like a tutorial. It's very simple to kind of follow what I did. So after I finished the water terraforming, one thing I did want to do is have bunch of vines scattered across my cliffs, just because I wanted the cliffs to look a little bit, I don't know, like full and overgrown. I have like vines on all my cliffs on this island, so I feel like maybe I overdid it a little bit, to be honest, but at the same time I kind of like how it looks.
Yeah, I did, I think, slightly overcommit,
and just, I don't know, if it worked really nicely. And it's a way for you to get down to this area of the island if you choose when I released my dream address, so I mean, it's cute. It's cute. Maybe I overdid it a little bit, but it's still very cute. So I'm working the little secret beach area. I'm just placing this path down. Like I said, it's just like a very simple little like kind of secret hideaway path, which I've always wanted to do on an island. I don't think I've ever done anything particularly like this where it's kind of hidden, but look how cute it looks. You guys are finally seeing like the finished like thing. Now just imagine like a bunch of trees and everything on the cliffs, which you guys are going to see me plant. And then because I wanted all my water pathing to be kind of connected on this island, and I have like a weird amount of water terraforming like right where I just was, I decided to connect my lake with a waterfall, and then like a little river, and then I'm like, you know what else I could do? I could do a double bridge moment. I don't decorate around the bridges today. That's gonna be for another video or like a stream, which by the way, if you didn't know, I do stream. Feel free to follow if you don't already to hang out when we do a lot of decorating streams and other fun things like that. But I left that alone for today, and I moved on to what is usually probably the biggest portion of this build, which is working on these cliffs, because I wanted it to be a sunken lake. I had to fill the cliffs behind it with a lot of trees. So I'm planting trees and I'm growing full-size trees. My dream address is going to be in cherry blossom season, so I'm doing a mix of fruit trees that'll be green during cherry blossom season, and then regular hardwood trees that'll be pink. I'm also going to throw down some tree standees later on to kind of incorporate my more kid court element of my island. But essentially I'm just filling it in as much as possible. I wanted this to be very full, kind of similar to what I've done for like past builds when I've done other sunken areas like Blather's tent that I did on a previous island, where I did like very tall cliffs with a lot of trees that kind of surrounded the area. It's essentially the same vibe. It is much bigger than the previous ones I've done, but you kind of still get the general gist, and this is what it looks like all grown in, which is so cute. So the next thing I'm doing is planting a bunch of flowers. Like I said, I wanted everything to be very grown and full, so I'm doing flowers. I'm going to do some wheat fields later, a lot of shrubs in various different species, and really just making it feel incredibly full and luscious. You can still get to this area. It's still walkable, and you can get down to the secret beach by using the vines, like I said. But once again, I wanted it to be very, very lush and overgrown. This island is overall pretty overgrown, but I feel like this particular build is probably the most amount of like natural foliage and like natural flowers and trees that I've used so far, which I kind of really like. And then I kept going back and forth and planting like different flowers. I also came to realize that some of my flowers I can literally just get from the bags and then time travel to grow them. So I don't know why I was filling my pockets with like yellow and white flowers when I can literally just use the seeds. I'm already like 2/3 of the way through finished this island, which I cannot believe. First of all, like we're so close to finishing, but the fact that it took me that long to realize I don't need to get those particular flowers, only the like hybrid flowers that I'm using. The fact that it took me 2 months, over 2 months, almost 3 months to realize that. I'm incredibly smart. I'm incredibly smart, and I just, you know, big brain here. But anyway, I'm filling in the area. Like I said, this is probably the thing that took me the longest, because I kept like going to Treasure Islands to get flowers, but then also like rearranging the area if I felt that there was too many flowers of like the same color. I don't know, I'm very particular about the layout of my flowers and trees. I don't like two things that look the same to be directly beside each other. So it took me a little while to figure it out, and then I realized I needed spaces for my tree standees, so I had to get rid of some of the stuff that I'd already planted to make room, because if you've used a tree standee before, you know that it takes up a ridiculous amount of space. It's like a 1.5, 2.5 tile item. I think it's 2 tile going across and then 1.5 tile backwards because of the like little thing on the back that holds, like, stands it up, like the stand part. So I had to figure that out, but it still looks really cute. I wanted to incorporate them so you can kind of see the difference in like the natural trees with the tree standees when you see them from far away. So they're at the front of the cliffs. I also really wanted to do cliff trees, but to be honest, I gave myself enough space with the cliffs to have them be regular trees, and also I would have had to get rid of the water, and it would have been a very time consuming thing to do cliff trees. But I do love cliff trees. I have them on this island and they look great, but for this particular build, I don't know, I feel like I filled in my cliffs enough that it wasn't necessary to have cliff trees, although I still stand by cliff trees and I love them, and they're one of my favorite hacks of Animal Crossing. Also, I just hit my mic, you could probably hear that. But anyway, I'm going back to planting some flowers and weeds and stuff around the secret beach portion. And for the actual beach, I'm keeping it really simple, and then I'm just going to put some weeds, a little blanket, and a small little sitting area. I feel like for my secret beaches, I either do something that really fits within my theme, or I literally do like a sitting spot or a fishing spot. Like, people who've done really creative builds with their secret beaches, how do you do it? I feel like my secret beach in this island in particular is very small. Like, I don't have a lot of sand. Like, it's a very small secret beach, so it's not like I have a lot of space to work with. But I think I made it really cute, and like this little polka dot like 2-tile blanket is just so cute for like little spaces like this, and it made it look so quaint. I don't know. So I put a little log bench and a coffee cup, and to me this is like perfect. I don't know, just very simple. And then a couple of flowers. I'm gonna let the weeds grow in a bit, and I think it's very sweet. It's very, very sweet. And the last thing I'm doing is just planting a couple more weeds, because I mean, you can't have too many weeds, you know? And I want a lot of my weeds to be very lush and overgrown on this island, so I do time travel to grow them all in. And then the last portion of this area that I'm working on is just this front kind of lookout spot for the sunken river, or the sunken lake, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just continuing the path that I did from my previous build, which if you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. It's also in the playlist for this island as well. And because I wanted this to look like a proper lookout, I decided to use the log fencing. And then basically I was just going to do like a small sitting area, which is what I end up doing. It's kind of cut off a little bit with the trees directly below it, which lead to another section that I built in my last video. So kind of just to tie everything together and to tie all the spaces together. I just thought that it's a very, very simple lookout spot with like a garden bench would honestly be perfect. And I didn't want to take away from the decorating I had done in the previous spot, so I kept it very, very simple. I'm also using this white brick design that I've downloaded when I did Meringue's dessert shop, and I like this design. Like, in a couple of areas it looks really cute, and I think I need to incorporate it in a few other builds, because this is only my second time using it and it looks really cute. So just to fill it in, I put some flowers, some standees again, a little cruiser bike, and really I'm just kind of making it look very cute, like a nice little transitional spot. Once again, I wanted the focus to be the lake itself. I didn't want to fill it in that you couldn't see the lake, so I kept it very, very simple. And then to the left, where that like little path is, where my character is, I'm going to be putting Marshall's house when I get him for this island. We're actually currently hunting for him on stream, if you haven't checked out my most recent streams. But I'm going to make a really cute little house area for him directly next to all those trees, because that cliff literally just goes around and wraps around to those trees, like behind the lake. So I think doing a very cute little build for him would kind of be perfect. And yeah, so I kind of decorated and did like a little like transition space, but I didn't actually decorate in that area today because we don't have Marshall yet. So quickly time travel to early morning, make sure all my flowers, my weeds were overgrown. And honestly, this build is probably one of the funnest I've ever done in terms of terraforming because it was very time consuming but also really cute and I love it. So without further ado, let's go check out the final build. Alright, that is everything for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I think this area is so like tranquil and pretty, and I've always wanted to do a very big lake build like this, and I'm so glad that I finally got a chance to. It's really, really cute, and definitely I think it fits my island theme very well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!